A very good morning to all of you. So, in the last class, we were discussing about the structures of protein, in which we have discussed primary structure, which is simple sequence of amino acids. Second is secondary structure, which are of two types: alpha helix structure and beta pleated structure. Third is our tertiary structure, okay, which is even more complex. And the last one is quaternary structure, which consists of a large number of subunits, okay. And the best example is heme group, okay, which is present in hemoglobin. There are four heme groups present, which consist of alpha and beta amino acids. Near about 141 and 146 are there, okay. So next we have denaturation of protein. What is denaturation of protein? Okay, so as we have already discussed that the structures of proteins are 3D, okay, and they have some biological activity, okay. They have some biological activity, but when we change pH and temperature, okay, if we change the environmental conditions, the structure gets changed, okay. There is some change in the structure takes place, and this is known as denaturation of protein, okay. So uh, when we change pH and temperature, okay, the structure of the structure of proteins gets changed, okay. How they will get changed? The the globular protein, okay, which are folded, they become unfold, okay. Globular protein gets unfold, and as we all know, alpha helix structure are in the form of coils, so they become uncoiled, okay. alpha helix is Alpha helix gets uncoiled, okay. Even as we all know, globular proteins are very much soluble in water. But when we change temperature or pressure, pH, for example, if we are giving some heat to globular protein, they gets precipitated, okay. They converted into fibrous protein and become insoluble in water. So on heating the globular protein, they become precipitated, or one other word we can also use, that they become coagulated, okay. Precipitated. So they precipitated, and they precipitated, or coagulation takes place, okay, or their coagulation takes place. Is it clear? So it will get converted into fibrous protein, and its main activity gets lost, okay. So so on changing the temperature and pH, the secondary and tertiary structure will get changed. There is no effect on the primary structure, okay. No effect. As I have already told you that primary structure पे ही biological activity depend करती है. So if primary structure remain the same, then its biological activity will not change. Okay, no effect on the primary structure. Okay, primary structure remain intact. Only secondary and tertiary structure gets changed. Gets changed. Is it clear? Okay. Only tertiary and secondary structure gets changed. There is no effect on the primary structure. Globular proteins gets converted into fibrous protein upon heating. And the best example is, if we heat the white of the egg, that is albumin. Albumin is present which is a protein which is present in the egg. It when we heat the white of the egg, it become precipitated, it become coagulated. Okay, so this is the main this is a very good example of coagulation of protein or denaturation of protein. Okay, so and this process is irreversible in nature. The denaturation of protein can be reversible or irreversible, but if we take the example of egg, white of egg, it will become coagulated and it will not change back to its native form. Okay, it will not get changed to its native form. So that is why it is irreversible denaturation. Okay, but if we again do the reverse step, or if we again uh, get to the initial temperature or pH value, there may be a chances of reversible reaction takes place, and then renaturation takes place. Okay, renaturation of protein takes place. Proteins, the structure of protein uh, will get to its initial position. Okay, the helix become coiled and the globular protein become folded again. Okay, so this is the main and beta pleated structure will also get the same shape. Okay, so there will be only change in the secondary as well as tertiary structure. There is no change on the primary structure in denaturation of protein. Okay, so denaturation hota kya hai? Just on changing the temperature and pH, the structure will get changed. Okay, now one more example. There are two more examples which are very important. The first one is curdling of curdling of milk. Okay, so this is also an example of denaturation of protein. Now what is curdling of how this curdling of milk takes place? It is also an example of coagulation na. Precipitates ban jate hain when milk get converted into curd. Okay, and what is the reason? There is a enzyme that is present, that is lactase. Okay, it will gets converted into lactic acid. So this is the main reason. Okay, upon heating or okay, so this is the main enzyme which is responsible for this curdling of milk. Now one more example is there, that is conversion of milk to cheese. Okay, conversion of milk to cheese. How it takes place? It takes place when we change the pH value. Okay, when we decrease the pH value. Okay, as we all know, in order to make cheese, we use lemon juice. Okay, we we react or we add some drops of lemon juice to milk, and it simultaneously it gets converted into cheese. Okay, so if we are adding lactic as we all know, in lemon juice citric acid is present, so we are adding some acid. It means that pH get decreased. Okay, it means we are changing the pH of the milk. Okay, and there are a large number of proteins present in milk, so these proteins get coagulated to cheese. Okay, because we are changing the pH value. We are changing the pH value, and this is also irreversible in nature. Okay, so that is why these three are the best example. Coagulation of white of egg. Okay, that is albumin which is present, it will get coagulated. The second is curdling of milk, okay, with the help of lactase enzyme. And the third one is uh, conversion of milk to cheese. This is takes place with the help of uh, some acids, like we have citric acid, and we also use tartaric acid. Okay, tartaric acid भी हम use करते हैं. So these are some of the examples of denaturation of protein. Okay, so renaturation of protein is what, if we again change the pH, or if we again get the same temperature and pH value. Okay, then there may be a chances of again uh, the structure will get coiled, and uh, the the secondary and tertiary structure will again get to its initial position. Okay, this is known as renaturation of protein. Okay, Now this is all about the protein part. Now what are its uses? What are the biological functions of protein? Let us discuss that them also. What are biological functions of protein? So the main function of protein is they are the basis of the structure. Okay. The first is biological functions of proteins. Okay. Biological functions of protein. Okay, now what are the biological functions of protein? The first function is structural. Okay, structure formation, structure, structure building, structure formation, whatever you like to say. Okay, structure formation. Now, as we all know, a large number of proteins are present in our body parts. For example, if we talk about fibrin or keratin, okay, keratin is present in silk, and the best example is meiosin. Meiosin is present in muscles. Okay, so they are giving structures. Okay, they are the building block of our structure. So structure of the body is present in muscles. Okay, similarly fibrin is present in hairs. Okay, etc. So there are a large number of examples of proteins which are the basis of the structures of our body. Okay, in plants also proteins are the basis of the structure of plants. Okay, so these are the three main examples of how uh, how they are useful in the building of structure. Now the second is some biological activities. Okay, they are also used as a transport agent, and the best example of transport agent is hemoglobin. Okay, hemoglobin is the best example. Hemoglobin, how it is uh, acting as a transport agent, it takes oxygen. Okay, it is helpful in oxygen transport. It is helpful in the transport of oxygen to myoglobin. Okay, एक्चुअली हीमोग्लोबिन का जो काम है वो है ऑक्सीजन ट्रांसपोर्ट करने का, एंड मियोग्लोबिन का जो काम है दैट इज टू स्टोर द ऑक्सीजन. ओके, सो फर्स्टली दिस ऑक्सीजन हीमोग्लोबिन transport to myoglobin, and then myoglobin store the oxygen. Okay, and then supply to some other parts or to heart. Okay, so this is the main function of protein, and hemoglobin is a well-known protein. Consists of four hemigroups. Okay, and hemigroups uh, are formed by porphyrin ring. Okay, porphyrin ring जो होती है वो चार porphyrin ring के बीच में आयरन होता है. ठीक है, and that space is only ideal for iron only. Okay, no other metal will enter into that space. Okay, so the space is ideal for iron only. That is why iron is present in hemoglobin. Okay, because the space between the four hemigroup, okay, between the porphyrin ring is ideal for only iron. Okay, the atomic radius or the diameter of iron is ideal for that space. Okay, so this is the second main biological function. The third function is some metabolic processes. Some metabolic processes. Okay, for example, the best example is insulin. So insulin is used to maintain the glucose, to maintain the glucose level. Okay, so मेटाबॉलिक प्रोसेसेस में भी जो है प्रोटीन्स का मेन रोल है. ओके, दैट इज फॉर एग्जांपल द बेस्ट एग्जांपल इज इंसुलिन. ओके, so insulin, which is a well known protein, is used to maintain this glucose level. Okay, तो इंसुलिन के इंजेक्शंस भी लगते हैं जिनको शुगर की दिक्कत है. ठीक है, जिनकी शुगर बहुत ज्यादा आती है, दे रेगुलरली यूज इंजेक्शंस ऑफ इंसुलिन. ओके, बिकॉज इंसुलिन जो है is used to maintain the glucose level. Okay, that is near about I think 120 to 140. Okay, 120 to 140 is the normal sugar range. Okay, but above 150 or above 200 is not normal. Even in some patients the sugar level is above 300. Okay, so they will after some years they will get severe pain in body parts, like in especially in feet. Okay, so the fourth is they will act as a antibodies. Okay, they are acting as a antibodies. Now what are antibodies? So antibodies क्या होते हैं? Antibodies are actually in our blood. There may be some entry of some foreign poisonous species. Okay, that are known as antigens. Okay, so when some poisonous species enter in our body, that are known as antigens, body secrete, or it will uh, release some proteins that are known as antibodies. Okay, so antibodies protect ourselves, or they will fight against these antigens. Okay, against these foreign microorganisms. They will fight against this microorganism because they are harmful for our body. Okay, or this is the an automatic function of our body. When there is some entry of antigen takes place, our body itself release some proteins. Okay, which will fight against these antigens. Okay, and that are known as antibodies. Okay, so these are the main four biological functions of protein. Question may be asked on biological function. Okay, you can also add some lines. For example, if they ask what are the uses of proteins in our body, so you can also use these 4 points. Okay, so these are the, and you can also use the examples which we have discussed, like insulin का example हम protein में देने के लिए use कर सकते हैं. Similarly we have keratin, myosin. Okay, so this topic covers some examples also. Okay, so in the next class we will discuss about the last main uh, biomolecule, that is nucleic acid. Okay, so nucleic acid, there are two main types of nucleic acid, that is DNA and RNA. Okay, and nucleic acid are also known as polynucleotides. Okay, polynucleotides, and polynucleotides are further made up of 3 parts: base, there is a base, there is a sugar, and a phosphate group. Okay, phosphate group is present. So we will discuss about nucleic acid in the next class. So I hope you found this lecture very helpful, and thank you so much for watching the lecture.